Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. So there's currently another bank collapsing. Yes, I know, another one. And this time it is Credit Suisse, one of the largest banks on the planet and one of the largest banks in Europe. On top of the idea of them collapsing, they are currently embroiled in a very large number of scandals that include a criminal conviction for money laundering, tax fraud, subprime mortgage fraud, a corruption case in Mozambique, compliance failures, and allegations apparently of spying on a former employee, as well as a massive data leak. Yeah, I know, that's a lot of things to cover at one time. On top of this, it appears that a lot of people within the industry believe that there were already cracks within their system, as apparently last year they announced that they would be firing around 9,000 employees. And we're going to try and take or have an approach to focus on wealth management as opposed to anything else that they might have been doing within the bank. The idea being, if you focus more on wealth management, you focus more on people who are high net worth individuals. And people believe that this pivot was because the bank actually, starting last year, needed a huge amount of money, and this was their idea or way of trying to siphon money from larger rich people to be able to keep the bank propped up. I know, sounds completely insane. On top of this, there are now rumors that are circulating that the European Central Bank may not raise interest rates. This might sound familiar. If you watched the last video or any of the other videos before, we've been talking about the Federal Reserve of the United States raising interest rates. They're doing this, or the idea is that you raise interest rates to discourage people from taking out debt or mortgages or loans, so that it puts downward pressure on the inflation of the US dollar. And the euro has also been inflating as well. So the European Central Bank has sometimes followed suit or followed the footsteps of the United States Federal Reserve and has also raised interest rates. However, we have also recently got indications that the US Fed may not apparently continue raising interest rates because of all of the dramatic happenings that have been happening, not only from inflation or the interest rate or prices rising, but also because of the banking collapse that we're seeing within the United States. And therefore, the European Central Bank may also stop raising interest rates as well in order to get things under control. I know there's a lot going on. So Moody has also announced the downgrade of multiple banks within the sector, indicating that they actually believe if nothing is done, if there isn't a saving grace to actually save the entire banking sector, that many more banks will begin to fall in value. You might have been paying attention to the stocks of multiple banks within the United States and around the world. We went over this before. Many of them on a daily basis are actually falling in value by anywhere from 7%, and even one fell by around 85%. An actual 85% over the course of a 24-hour period. The talk of a contagion, or this spreading a lot further, is now going to be another topic that we're going to have to hear over the next couple of weeks. Why? The idea was, if Silvergate collapsed, okay, it's just one thing. They believed that this was mainly a cryptocurrency focused kind of thing as far as the bank was working with cryptocurrency clients. And then we heard Silicon Valley Bank fell and collapsed, and there are currently now a bunch of countries and companies who are actually trying to acquire a number of their assets. But when you talk about a bank as large as Credit Suisse collapsing, falling apart, now needing, Credit Suisse has actually run to the European Central Bank and the Swiss Central Bank asking for help, and there are now indications that the banks may actually have to step in order to help Credit Suisse, because they cannot allow a bank as large as Credit Suisse to kind of collapse. It would kind of be the same if JP Morgan was like, hey, we're going broke, we made a bunch of mistakes, we don't have enough money, and the US government was like, okay, well, that's fine, just collapse. It's, what was the phrase I saw online? Someone said, too big not to fail. You can't let them kind of collapse. If Credit Suisse collapses, another bank will collapse, and then another bank will collapse. We are currently at the point where, and this is what you can call the silver lining in all of this chaos that we are experiencing, it is now widely believed that the Federal Reserve within the United States will either only raise interest rates by 0.25%. The next big meeting is on the 22nd of March. And or they will announce that they are no longer raising interest rates at all until the end of the year, and then they will once again reevaluate the situation. Whatever's happening right now, it is not good. It is looking very, very bad for the financial world. And one of the main caveats or main things that will actually keep everyone afloat in all of this is if the central banks actually step in, print more money, and then throw it at the banks. I believe that is definitely everything. Yeah. So, of course, I will keep you all informed as to what is happening with Credit Suisse and the rest of the debacle that we are currently seeing in front of us. The weirdest part is that this could have all been, the word's not, I mean, it could have all been prevented, but it's more of a, I think we could have all seen this coming, especially when we know that banks aren't usually the most trustworthy. And I find it very interesting that so many people are actually quite confused and or scared at what's happening now when we've been through all of this before. Do hope you all enjoyed. Do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. Do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.